A historic, legendary performance from Kevin Durant to give the Nets a critical Game 5 victory, but we have some breaking news in the NBA, and it is not good for the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi Leonard has notified his teammates they need to be ready for him not to be available in not just Game 5, but potentially the entire series. That is the play in which he tweaked that right knee. Jalen, what is the impact of missing Kawhi on this series?
Injury and luck always plays a factor with who advances in the playoffs and ultimately who wins the championship. This season seems different because it's the superstar players on the teams. It's Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers. It's an all-NBA guy like Anthony Davis missing for the Lakers. And Kawhi not being with the Clippers, that distinctly means I go from thinking that they're going to win this series to anticipating they're going to lose this series. That's the impact of the Kawhi Leonard injury, because the Utah Jazz had the #1 record in the entire NBA. They broke a record for three-point shots. And yet Kawhi Leonard and Paul George finally seem to be hitting their stride. They had back-to-back 30-point games each. Morris knocked down a ton of threes. Kawhi was dunking on people and really playing with ferocity. So without him, it's really unfortunate for the league and for the Clippers, and obviously I feel bad for Kawhi. Hopefully it's not a serious injury, but if he's not able to return in this series, they will not advance.
I agree. And 9 All-Stars have missed time in this postseason, which is just an unconscionable number. But Jalen, I also agree, missing Kawhi Leonard, he is the key to this team. Paul George is inconsistent. Kawhi Leonard is the opposite. He's always there for them. He's always getting 30 points. He's always locking down on defense, and they will not have him, and they will not advance if they don't have him for the rest of this series. That is not the only bad news for NBA fans. Another Western Conference superstar will be sidelined potentially. That is Chris Paul, who is now in the COVID-19 protocol. It is important to note that at this point, right now, we do not know the impact of that. Will he miss a couple days? Will he be available Game 1 of the Western Conference? Or will he miss the entire series? We don't know the severity of his testing positive or contact tracing. But Jalen, if they don't have him, what will that mean?
Well, we had Jay Crowder on the show yesterday, and he talked about the impact of Chris Paul and how it's not about statistics. But I want to tell you something that you missed with Chris Paul. His fourth quarter brilliance. Like, what he's done during the game is basically set up the chessboard and set the table so Bridges can eat, so Ayton can eat, so we can make Booker feel comfortable. And then in the fourth quarter, he became Mariano Rivera, the closer, keeping his turnovers down, his efficiency up, and his leadership has been unquestioned. And so this one isn't so doom and gloom for me, however, like Kawhi, because today's Wednesday. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals either is going to be Sunday or Tuesday. I don't anticipate he's going to be out longer than a week. So for me, if he's going to miss, I believe it will be maximum 1 game. And again, this is only anticipation. But either way, I believe he will return to play most of the next round.
Yes, it is important to know that there's certain, like a contact tracing investigation can last a couple days and then free him up to play. Or he could have tested positive, have symptoms in which he would be gone for a couple weeks, if not more. We do not know right now. However, those are 2 major impactful stories for the Western Conference. But Jalen, we finally get to talk about what Kevin Durant did last night in Brooklyn in Game 5, a pivotal game in the series. Kevin Durant played every single second of the game and scored 49 points, had 17 rebounds and 10 assists. A dynamic, historic performance from Durant. What do you have in a reaction to this performance?
And it wasn't because PJ Tucker had 0 points in the game. Because when he did well against KD, he had 0 points in a previous game, except his plus minus was 11. And for those intimately involved in the league, we knew that this was going to be an opportunity for the easy money sniper to respond. James Harden was hobbled. Kyrie Irving was out. They were going back home. And that stat line of 49, 17, and 10, that has never happened in the history of the NBA playoffs. Just think about that for a second.
Wow.
And also, his fourth quarter heroics, for everybody that doesn't understand how Chris Middleton, that was good D. All 9 of his shots were contested. Those last couple of threes that he made, that wasn't his normal shooting motion. Those were like heat checks. If I can see the rim, I'm Iceberg Slim shooting trays from the suburbs. This is money. Effortlessly. And it was a phenomenal performance to see.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.